Now we're recording. And we're back. Again, weeks later, when I'm supposed to be doing something else and he's supposed to be doing something else, but here we are, again, sitting down talking, because he's frustrated about the flat earth, and I really don't give a crap, but I keep apparently presenting questions that he's like, blah, 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 you're totally wrong. That, okay.
Is the idea of an oblong shape. We're a little bit weirder than a standard round shape. We're not pear-shaped, because pear-shaped is
Why
at the
does
top.
it say stadium pictures? No.
We're at the top, though.
Oblong object.
You need to still say, hey, Google. You need to talk to her. Unless you're pressing the top button.
It got it.
What did you say?
Oblong object. Because for some reason it pulled up stadium.
Because I said show me a picture of oblong shape.
Okay. An egg, very close to a pear. A lemon, very close to a pear shape.
Yes.
A football. Watermelon, those are a little bit more.
You know the difference between a pear, though, and all those.
But like an egg.
What's the difference between the pear and all of those? All of them.
Okay, let me look at a picture of a pear and I'll tell you.
I can go ahead and tell you. A pear has two dimensions. It goes up and goes this way and then comes back out. Pear-shaped means that it got crushed at some point in this point here.
There you go. That's what the Earth looks like. According to Neil deGrasse Tyson and a multiple scientist.
Multiple scientists.
Multiple scientists. He said multiple scientists because he was like, ha 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 ha, the flat Earth. No, it's actually a pear shape.
It's opposite. Which is that it is not exactly a perfect circle. And a pear still has indentions. Let me see it. You can't unlock it.
Give me this crap. Give me that crap. Give me that crap. Keep talking.
No, under. Move behind. Go through. Yep, there we go.
Good eyes.
Anyways, the difference between an oblong and a pear shape is oblongs are generally still part of the flow of the object, like an egg, where it doesn't cave in or have a weird curvature indentation and it comes back out.
How do I get to the internet and or YouTube?
Google Chrome.
That's how you get to YouTube?
That's how you get to the internet.
How do I get to YouTube?
YouTube is, let me see.
Your phone's weird.
No, I have quick notes, essentially. Ready? Quick note.
Oh, you can, that's cool. Dude, I like your phone.
Alright? It's a lot easier than me looking for YouTube. I already have it as a quick note.
That's really cool.
Or an edge thing.
Oh, but you didn't go with YouTube Black. So that all this is dark?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Instead of white?
I like to be able to truly see what I'm seeing no matter how bright or dark it is outside.
I preferred black.
It's because when I'm doing YouTube stuff, I want to be awake for it instead of me accidentally typing something random ass shit.
Either way, I find black more useful.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, Alexander got mad at
screen dark.
Alexander got mad at the fact that I don't use I still have my blue light on.
Blue light?
Yeah, you can turn your blue light off on this thing. And I keep my blue light on, which is what makes it bright during the daytime, instead of that weird opaque color. Or I don't even know if it's opaque. It's a excuse me. I don't know what to call it. It's a dark color than white. It's like if you took a old school partridge paper, papyrus paper. That's the color it has, and it hurts my eyes. That's the reason I don't do it. He's like, why don't you use it? I'm like, because it hurts my eyes. He's like, I don't know how that hurts your eyes. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. All right, I'm not a normal human being. Like that type of color messes with my eyes and it hurts. But anyways, yes, Neil deGrasse Tyson said a lot of things, but we've also proven that Neil deGrasse Tyson has also not been 110% correct. Like, yes, the Earth is not exactly spherical. The Earth is oblong.
Your phone is the worst. Why didn't I just do this on my phone?
Oh, you have your phone over there, don't you?
No, it's in the house.
Oh, see, that's not a problem. That's why you don't have it on your phone. You don't have your phone out here.
I have to still wait?
Yes!
It did a whole thing, and I still have to wait.
2 commercials because I'm not paying for fucking.
So one's
YouTube brand.
unskippable and the second's skippable. Oh my god, that's the worst.
Is this the one with Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Look at these nasty toes. They're nasty. They're off. I need to start doing things with them. Like going to get pedicures. What are you trying to do?
There you go. I guess we'll put the link in the description. It's hold on, sorry. It's
Pull it out, or you can just do that.
it's on JRE Clips.
25 and under. When was this video? Because we are still considered millennials.
So it's JRE Clips is the channel, and it's Joe Rogan, Neil deGrasse Tyson on Eric Dubai and the Flat Earth.
What time period?
This is
2017, 2016?
August 22nd, 2018.
18?
Last year. August of last year. 1 year ago.
They said we're not millennials. Based on him, we're not millennials. But based on the theory of how the time period works, we're millennials.
We're watching this together. You're watching it with us.
You spilled that all over.
Shut up. We're watching a video. Don't pay attention to me. Watch the video.
I couldn't help it. I looked over and you just had dark red
Watch
on.
the video. Forget me.
Can I skip to the point that he's actually talking about? Because right now they're just
It's
talking.
8 minutes. Just watch it.
I don't have that attention span.
What happens when you flip it over?
He's talking about the coaster.
Yeah, what happens when you flip over the
I didn't
coaster?
see. They didn't show anything. They showed
You're talking
them
about
two
pressure.
talking. Yes, they showed them two still talking. It never showed the coaster.
Yeah, I was trying to hear what he said. Jesus. What's what you said? Oblate, basically. It's an oblong, but oblate. That would be the right. Pear-shaped oblate.
Let's see here exactly.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to play it for
See
you.
what he says. There we go. Still not exactly a pear shape. Because let's pause it for a second.
Okay.
Let's pause it for a
Where are
second.
we at? Timestamp.
We're at 2:51.
2:51.
All right. What he said there was literally, he's like, if you found it on the ground, based off the naked eye, it's round. It's a perfect spherical circle. If you found it on the ground,
Yeah.
it was a perfect spherical circle. He's like, but what you actually pay attention to is when you're touching it, that it is different.
Right.
Where you're
Pear-shaped.
But what you were saying specifically, that's why I was like, I don't agree.
Pear-shaped pancake.
No. That's not what he's saying at all. Pear-shaped pancake makes it sound like you can be like, oh, it's doing this weird thing. He's saying when you see it on the ground, it's a perfect spherical circle.
Let's continue ahead.
A
then.
pear-shaped pancake would be like, oh, I picked this up and clearly this is a perfect circle.
Continue then.
Yes, he even pointed out Nepal and the Rockies.
Mountains. Yeah. Yep. Yep, it is.
6 miles out.
I don't know to this day if anybody's been to the bottom.
No, we know we did a radio frequency test of how far it goes out.
And that's how we know how far.
Or it was like basically, what is that when you do the sound test?
Sonar.
the highest. It's K1. Here's right. The highest point of us is K1.
Called it the Paul. Highest point.
Which is insane. Not high though. It's still lower than the lowest deep depths of our ocean. The fact that one guy, okay, I want to point this out. The fact that
Timestamp?
timestamp is 442.
We're at 442.
The fact that one guy in the BC century time period took a stick during, shit, I wish I could remember what it's called, but I'm going to call it daylight savings, but that's not what it was called during that time period. Stuck a stick during daylight savings, quote unquote, into a well and was off by either 1%, percentage, not degrees or anything like that, 1%, which I guess you could still say is a degree, to 16%. Was the furthest he was off, 1 to 16%.
16% is pretty crazy off.
Not really. Not
From 8,000?
Not off the fact that if you base off
16% means that he was like, it's like 800 miles.
No, not 16% this way, because you're thinking of it and the fact that he was like, they were like, oh, he's 16% off.
No, as a sphere.
As a sphere.
As a sphere.
The number he came up with was 16% off.
Right, and he just said 8,000 miles.
Yes. He
When
said 8,000
Chicago
miles.
or something was 11 miles.
Yes, but you're looking at it.
He's saying 18. If you're off by 16%, 10% of 8,000 is 800.
But that's not where he was off at.
So if he was off by 16,
Nope.
then that means he was
Nope.
like, there's like 600 miles long.
No, that's not what he said at all. When they're going off the 16%, they're not going based off the fact that he said yada yada yada. Because when his numbers, when he laid him out, even when he was 1%, because they were like, he's 1% too big, or he was 16% too small. And when they're basing his numbers that he wrote, he said from this to this is what the rough estimate of the Earth's thing. 16% was the numbers, not the radius.
Okay, so what? He measured a few square miles.
Shorter
of
or
the
bigger.
Earth. No, wait. I'm trying to follow you here.
What his numbers were
So
specifically.
he didn't say this is the radius of the Earth. He said this is
the range of what I understand the radius of the Earth is. So
between 800 and 8,000.
not 800, because 800 would literally meant that he was more than 16% off.
No, less than.
No, it would have been
Less than 10% off.
No.
16% off would be less than 800. If 8,000 is the range,
If 8,000,
10% of 8,000 is 800.
10% of 8,000 is 800.
Right. So 16% would be under 600.
Are you sure that's exactly the numbers?
Yeah.
Because he was basing off of different cubic meters, and based off of that, when we calculate the numbers, it was only 16%.
Okay.
He wasn't at 800. He didn't say
But
this is
you're
800.
saying, but
he
you
said
are saying that some dude measured the Earth
with a stick.
through a stick.
With
right.
a stick.
With a stick.
In a well.
Congratulations, in a well. And then was between 1% or 16% off.
He was 1% bigger or 16% smaller. And
Right.
we were having arguments on based off of what he said properly.
1% bigger or 16% smaller.
Yes.
So he's still 17% off. Now
Yes,
in the
1%.
direction, but it would reverse the direction I'm thinking.
Yes, it's not he was 800
Yeah.
or
but
8,000.
So
it was
he was saying it's 8 million miles, or it's like 7 something, 7
Yes.
point whatever,
million miles.
100 or 1,000. Sorry, 1,000, 7,000 something.
With the
1% off, like 1% smaller.
1% bigger.
Oh, okay, so we'll say 9. So he was like it's between 9 million and or 9,000 and 8 million.
9,000, 8 million. 1% is 9 million.
1% bigger, 16. Wait, 1% smaller.
1% bigger. He was only off if he was off at all, because we could when we
So
were
he was 1% bigger or 16 times smaller.
60%, not 16 times. That's
Right,
different.
right. Sorry, percent.
He was
percent.
16 times
But either
percent
way,
smaller.
so with that, I was actually right with my initial thing of saying. So he said the Earth was between 600 and something miles, or saying it was 9,000 something miles. If we're saying now we've accurately measured it.
Accurately measured, it said that's 8,500 and some odd numbers.
Yeah. Right.
So what his exact measurements were, if we look at his numbers, that's why I said you're going off of radius, not his numbers.
The whole topic's been radius.
But that's not his actual. That's not what his is. When we look at the 16%, we're going based off of the cubic ratio changing of basically what we're measuring off of metric.
Okay. Yeah.
His,
all 10.
when you go back to the numbers,
Metric, all 10, baby.
Yes, 16% though.
Yeah.
When you're going from the cubic to the metric system of what we use and what he was using at that time period, it's only 16% in the sense of like 16% of 8,000. You would be like, oh, that's only 800. But that's 16% if we took off everything
Well,
else.
remember 10%.
But that's if we took off everything else, right? So you would actually just minus the 800%. 800. So if you're like, it's 16% is what he said, right? Is what you're like, oh, that's what he's saying, but that's not what that was saying. Is he was off by 16%. So you subtract that 8,000 to what? 900 miles, right?
You're talking about the between 1 and 16 off?
Yes.
Then it was, if it was 1% bigger, 16 smaller.
16%
No, it's-
smaller.
I thought you said it was 16 bigger, 1 smaller.
No, it's 1 bigger, 16% smaller.
6 bigger.
1% smaller. So when you're looking at it,
So something over 8,000 versus something under 800.
no, because you're taking out the whole remainder. You're literally just leaving the 16%. When you take off and you say, oh, he said 800, that's the 16%. That's the 16. He was
Yeah.
off by that 16. No,
Yeah.
that's what he was left with.
He was off by it. Right.
Yes, he
so
was
he
off.
said it was under 800.
No, because that's literally saying that he said it's 800 miles wide. 16%.
So he said less than that.
Yes, but no, that's not exactly right.
If you're saying,
If we're looking at the math of it, if you're looking at the math, when you say I'm going to take off 16%, are you literally left with 800? Are you literally left with 900 miles? If you take off 16%, you're left with 900? That means you took off more than 16%. That means you literally took off 93?
so you're saying he said it was even smaller.
No, you're taking off 96% of what he said. You took off 96. He was off by 900 miles. He was either off by a percentage, 1, or he was off by 900 miles.
Then why would you say 1 to 16?
Was percentage. Was the
Yeah.
percentage that he was off, not the percentage that he took off, the percentage he was off.
Okay, which if he's off by 16% and it's 8,000, then 16% is under 800.
What is 16%? What is 16%?
Of 8,000?
It's 8,000. What is 16%?
Well, first off, that's not the right way to ask it because I was getting that wrong earlier because it's 16%
Of the whole thing. Of what we know of what
so
the mileage is.
10% of 8,000 is 800.
And then we add
So
an
then
additional
6%
percentage, which is
more.
9%,
Huh?
which is 16%, which would be 900.
No, it's 8,000. Then you take 10% of 8,000, which is 800. Then you
Yes.
have a remainder of 6%,
Which is
whatever
exactly-
that is. So it's under 800.
But that's not what the wording is. The wording is he literally was off by that.
16%.
He was off by 16%, not that he was off by 96% or 94%. Or I'm sorry, 84%. You're saying he was off by 84% when you say that he gave either from 800 to freaking this. That means he was off by literally 84%, but that's not what the number is.
Okay, I think I'm starting to understand what you're saying.
Because you're literally saying, oh, the remainder of this to this is the answer. No, that's what his answer was that he was off by.
Okay, I've been pretty lost in this. I think I'm starting to understand
See what I'm saying?
I
Because
do.
you were
I
like,
do think
oh, you're
that.
like, oh, if I took this percentage and this percentage, you're doing the math right. And saying you were saying that his is 800 or 800 is
Less than 800.
Yeah, but he was only
Up to
off.
9,000.
Yes, but he was only off by that percentage.
So it's not that he calculated it to be 16% of what it is.
Yes,
He was 16%
off.
away.
Yes.
Okay.
Which means that he wasn't that far
80%.
away. Yes, he had 84%.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay, still.
That's why I was
Still.
like, what the hell are you talking about? He
That's-
was at 800. That
That's
makes
a lot.
no
All right,
sense.
all right, that's a lot closer. That's a lot closer. I'll give you that. That's a lot closer.
Like, considering he was using a stick, that's impressive.
Where are we at?
We're at 447 right now. We're starting right back.
447.
Wait,
and
1,
he's hitting play.
2, play. Rub your finger over Earth's surface. It feels smooth as cue ball.
Interesting.
But you've touched a cue ball.
Huh?
Alright, have you paid attention to the cue ball?
There's
when
still
you
some
touch your
indentions
senses?
and stuff.
Yes.
Right, of course,
That's what
because there's mountain ranges and things like that.
It's
Duh.
oblong, but it's not perfectly round.
I wouldn't call it oblong, I'd call it round.
It's oblong.
Oblong with dents.
It's oblong. No. Because saying that when you touch it, at first you're like, yeah, that's a perfectly round circle. Then as you pay attention to it with your fingers and your feelings of your senses, it's oblong. It's not a perfect round circle because there's indentions, there's that happening. It's an oblong. It's not
still a circle, it's still round.
It's still round, but it's
Yeah.
oblong because it's not a perfect circle. But when you first touch it, you're like, oh, that's a perfect circle. Then when you start touching it, which is what he's saying. That's why I was like, Neil deGrasse Tyson was proven wrong, but you were still wrong about this video.
No, it's not over yet.
You're not. It's not over yet, but based on everything about this video so far.
What are we at?
We're at
506. 506,
506.
here we go.
See? I hope they are. Yep. Because fuck all those flat earthers. Sorry guys, if you are flat earthers, you're dumb.
No, I agree. He's right though. All the flat earthers will be first.
Yeah, and I hope they are.
Yeah, let's go to space.
I hope they are.
And then they'll all get killed.
How would we do that? Why would we kill them?
Look at all the Apollo missions. Death after death after death after death until someone's finally in the air.
Why
What?
would that make sense?
Kill all the non-believers.
Why
Allah Akbar.
would that make sense?
Allah Akbar. Kill
No,
all the non-believers.
don't give me some random bullshit. Why would that make sense? Give me a rational reason why killing these people who believe in some nonsensical thing makes sense. Why?
That's pretty rational right there.
Why would no? Why would that make sense though?
What?
Yes. Because, okay, let's say I'm a dictator. Let's say I have a bunch of people who believe
Yeah,
that the Earth is flat, alright?
Yeah.
Why would
Wait,
sending-
why are we going with the same thought if you're giving me a...
Because the fact is, we're going based off exactly what is going
No,
on.
give me a completely different example if you're going to be a dictator.
No, because we're not.
Because clearly you're not a dictator. So give me, you're a dictator.
Right.
People that believe
I'm a dictator.
X.
I'm a dictator, but the reason is because it's easier to do this than it is to do some random nonsense.
No, do some random nonsense. That would be more
Okay,
fun.
so I'm a dictator.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey guys, the moon is a flat fucking orb, right? It's not.
Yeah, it's
actually,
a disc. Yeah, it's a disc that faces the planet.
Exactly. So
That's
I'm
why
like,
we only see one side
that's what
of
the
it.
moon is, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Flat
like,
earthers believe
then
that.
then I have this random group of people.
Flat
which
earthers
is-
believe
which
that.
Is a small,
So far he's speaking truth.
Which is a small minority.
What?
Which is a small minority.
You lost me when
I
you
said I
started
have a
speaking
random
truth.
group. I have a random group of people that believe that, which is a small minority of the
You should use
population.
a different example because you already used something that's flat earth related. And we're trying to get away from flat earth related.
No, I wasn't. I was trying to make something that was just on the spot, that was based off of the same premise,
Right.
so therefore we can correlate.
Right.
If I go off that, it doesn't correlate.
Can you do something related to that hammock?
To the hammock?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right, fine. Fine.
You're a dictator.
Fine. I'm a dictator. I saw our galaxy, our Milky Way galaxy, and I said it's a hammock. I said it's a stretch. It stretches like a hammock. It doesn't expand. It literally just lays there, like that hammock. The way we're looking at the hammock right now.
Okay.
Right? And then a bunch of people were like,
Ooh,
no.
interesting.
They're
The
like,
galaxy
no.
lays like a hammock.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, the galaxy.
Flat
does-
earthers, think about that.
Then the galaxy does this. It does a banana-shaped style.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it does this
Here's my
spherical.
pine cone.
It does this spherical shape. And I'm like, no, fuck them. And then I was like, well, we're building this rocket system. Now I'm like, oh, the best idea would be to send them out to space
Yeah.
to prove that I'm wrong or right.
Yeah, either way.
And then I killed them.
Yeah, they died.
What good was that? What good does that do?
What does that do you?
Good does that do?
The naysayers are dead, and the people that believe you are alive. Doesn't that do a lot of
No,
good?
let's look at the reality of it. The naysayers are dead, right?
Yeah, the naysayers
The
are dead.
naysayers are you're dead.
The people who go with your belief are right. Are alive.
The people who believe me are right. But the thing is, the people who believe me are basing off the idea that those people are super. Right?
Obviously.
Right? So, okay, I killed them. Why would I not want them to be alive to prove my point? Why would I want them to be dead? Because no one can now prove my point.
The next group
No
will
one.
say,
No. No one can be right to prove my point. Because if I send the next person, they look at it as a conspiracy theory, right?
Right.
And then I have this
Welcome to the world we live in, where the
no.
moon landings are fake and no one believes
because
it.
you're looking at the idea that this is
Not no one. A lot of people.
You're looking at the idea that it's a big group of people that are going to believe this one theory, right? This one theory, this one idea.
Yeah,
but,
we got it.
But the thing is, if I'm going to be a dictator, whatever, you're telling me that I died because you're like, look at the world that we live in. One big person. That means everybody who followed me from this point, whether they know the truth or not,
Okay.
said that he's right.
Yeah.
Even though they don't agree with me on other political things. Point two.
Right. That's
Why?
the world we live
What
in.
would be the point? What?
Why?
No. What would be the point of that?
Great question.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm asking you. For the
I
flat
haven't
earthers,
figured that out yet.
No, that's the thing. Is if you can't actually give me a plausible, even any freaking minute scale
Here's the thing.
of a plausible
Look,
theory behind it, why?
Then I'll dispute.
Why?
I'll dispute your analogy.
Give
All
me
right.
a plausible reason why the
Okay.
rest of the world
I
would
will
agree with
dispute.
me.
It might be a straw man, but I'm going to dispute. I'm going to dispute the part where you said if I lied about this, then why would they ever trust me on anything?
And why would the other group continue to agree?
Right. I have no idea why, but I got you this, right? Okay.
Okay.
Did the U.S. government land on the moon?
Yes.
Did the U.S. government destroy the Twin Towers on 9/11?
Did the U.S. government specifically destroy the
Did okay.
on 9/11?
More specifically, did they lie about the actual thing that happened?
Yes, I believe they lied. I don't
Okay.
think we just specifically destroyed it.
Right, but they lied about the event. Did they lie and cover up Norwood, Operation Norwood?
Remind me what that one is. Just Brandon and you have talked to me about a
That's
lot
where
of
they
things.
go and shoot up schools and stuff like that in order
Okay.
to cause chaos.
Did they lie about that?
Yeah.
Because it's been happening for so long, and because it's been happening so consistently, more now than it was prior, the answer is yes.
They lied about it. Okay. So, there's two things.
Because I think at some point, let me do it this way.
Go ahead.
I think at some point, yes, these things did happen. I think at some point, some of these are still happening.
Yeah, okay.
But to the level that they're happening, no.
Okay. But either way, the point is that you agree that the government has lied to the public
Yes.
about events.
Because
Certain events.
What
No,
if,
I don't know exactly what
what if
events.
people would tell us,
There's been a
Mama,
few.
I can't trust the government?
Right.
Right? So, yes.
Right.
I agree
So
with
the government has been lying to us about certain things.
that. Certain
so,
things. And
certain
even
things.
then, not
So-
even all of them have agreed with what they've lied about.
So, if the government lies to you about certain things, why do you trust the government on other things? And that's my rebuttal to why, if you faked a thing, killed a bunch of people, why would everybody listen to you? Because we're in the same situation now where the government lies about things, the public knows they lied about them, but still
Then let me
listen
stop you here. Let me
and
stop you here.
agree to things that they don't really know if they lied or
Let me
not.
stop you here, then. All right? Let me ask this question.
That was it.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Why would in 800 BC, something that was not part of our government or any other government, an entity, a human being, who said this is how the earth is, and then 600 to 700 years later, another entity who was not coerced with this person
Right.
also said this,
Right.
and then the rest of the world was like, well, let's see what this person is saying. They didn't agree because they still believed in the flat earth. They didn't agree, but they're like, let's see. And then they based off of their theories and understanding, they did this, they did this, they did this. Why would that be a consistent flow? Because if you're about to tell me the Illuminati, if you're about to tell me this,
I don't have an answer
okay?
then. You already gave me. You already answered.
You're telling me the
You
Illuminati.
already
You're telling
answered
me
my
all this
question.
nonsense. The percentage of that being accurate is 1 freaking percent.
Yep.
It's 1 freaking percent
Yeah.
of that being accurate. That makes no freaking sense.
What other argument can I
Because
give
that
you?
makes no sense. In a logical form of argument, that makes
Bro.
no sense.
Bro. The Illuminati.
Oh my god. No, it makes no sense. It's something I got into Michael was about. Because he was like, I was like, my nieces believe in the Illuminati. He's like, I know, isn't that amazing? I'm like, why? And he was like, because there's this one organization that does blah, 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 blah. Like the practicality of that going for generations
Yeah.
and years
Isn't it
and
beautiful?
millennials is a 1% chance.
It's so well made.
It's a 1%.
It's the most amazing organization
It's
ever
a
existed.
1% though. That's a problem. It literally